Live on tape from Brunswick Zone Roswell in Roswell, Georgia, home of the 2017 Georgia USBC Men's Championship, it's the Prodigy Bowlers Tour, a series of unofficial, informal, and impromptu after-league challenge matches held by some of our most active and engaged junior bowlers, all in an effort to simulate the pressure of tournament competition in an open play environment. The mission of the Prodigy Bowlers Tour is to celebrate junior bowling while we elevate junior bowlers. This is April 1st, 2017, Season 1, Episode 20, Boss Radio. Junior bowlers from throughout the state of Georgia descended on Roswell on this day, some from as far away as Columbus and Augusta, just to see if they could crack the code and advance to the stepladder finals on Prodigy this week. The field began with 9 kids vying for 4 spots. 3 games of qualifying, the kids were told they could throw out their low game. After the first game, Charlie was the only player who broke 180 as scores were uncharacteristically low. Following the second game, Christian moved out in front with the only 200 game bowled, while Charlie faltered and a visitor from Brunswick Zone Lilburn, Bryant, a strong U12, held steady in second. Then as the third games were posted and players dropped their low game, the field took shape. So let's meet the 4 players who advanced to today's championship round. Bowling in the 4th position is Kara. Kara is looking to put her name on the Coveted Trophy Pin for a 3rd time. She'll face our number 3 seed, Charlie. Actually, Kara and Charlie tied for 3rd, but Charlie won a 1-ball roll-off to secure the 3 seed. Charlie's looking to become our first 8-time winner on Prodigy. The winner of that opening match will face our number 2 ranked bowler, Bryant. Bryant is a U12 who came to visit us today from Brunswick Zone Lilburn, home of arguably the largest and most successful junior bowling program in the Atlanta area. The winner of that semifinal match will meet our faux tournament leader, Christian, who's looking to go back-to-back after having won from the number 2 position last week. If he can do it, it'll be his 3rd trip to the winner's circle. And that's our field today on Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Well, if our episode title, Boss Radio, didn't provide enough of a clue, maybe this will.
Boss Radio, 93 KHJ, Los Angeles.
That's right, they're bowling on the WTBA oil pattern known as Los Angeles. We'll call it Boss Angeles. The home of Boss Radio in the 1960s. And the best top 40 radio station there ever was, KHJ. If our 3-game qualifier set is any indication, it's fair to say that none of our players has quite figured out how to play this pattern. Their best bet is to get out by the edge of the lane. A 36-foot oil pattern tells us you want the ball out by the 5th board at the 36-foot mark. But who's got the nerve to play the gutter? So far, we haven't seen any of these kids fully commit to playing out there. But they're about to get their chance anyway. Now, these two, as we mentioned earlier, tied for 3rd. Charlie won the 1-ball roll-off, so he has elected to let Kara start the match. And that thing hooks sharply at the end, and she still somehow manages to carry a strike to start. And she'll take it, I would imagine. Charlie up on the right. And that one hooked sharply as well. We're going to see a lot of that. Cutting through the nose, leaving the 310 baby split. And marks are going to come at a premium today, I suspect. That's the way it happened in qualifying. Charlie will go with his urethane to cut down the hook on this. And gets it through the back door. That's not the way we recommend making the 310, but you take them how you can get them when the scoring is difficult. And both players start the match with a mark. Charlie has tried just about every ball in his arsenal on this pair today. They bowled some of their games on 21 and 22 to their left. Right in the pocket, but hooks just a little too much. Chops the 5 off the 9. So he will have a simple single pin spare. And he will go with his urethane ball at this. Go hard and straight at the 9. Take the lane out of play to the extent that you can anyway. So Kara will be up on the right lane. There you go. That's how you get them to go. You find the swish zone. Send that 5 over into the 7. And that is a strong opening for Kara. But she can't stay off the nose on the left lane. And now she'll get her crack at the 310. The same split that Charlie made in the first frame. Ideally, you want the ball to touch both pins. Put the ball right between them. Oh, and she's just maybe an inch wide, if even. So an open in the third for Kara, and that hands the lead to Charlie. Brooklyn, I imagine he'll not be proud of it, but he'll take it anyway. And now that gives him a chance to extend his lead. Pile up the strikes. You can move way out ahead, 10 at a time. And that's exactly what he does. He gets in that light pocket area. With the modern ball, I do believe that is the percentage play, especially on a condition like this. Kara just caught a little too much of it at the bottom. Leaves the 3-6. And notice she's not throwing her plastic at her spare. Some of the kids have gone to doing this in preparation for junior gold this summer, figuring that with the ball limit that is imposed on them, if they can figure out how to flatten things out and shoot at spares with one of their strike balls, they'll open up a spot in their arsenal. There's another light shaker. That's more like what Kara's looking for. All right, Charlie up on the right, working on a double. Looking to extend his lead to 23 if he can get one here. Not the way he planned on it. But he'll take the Brooklyn. Well, as we said earlier, scores were uncharacteristically low during qualifying. The kids bowled 3 games. They rolled off their low one. And there were a lot of people who were glad to have the opportunity to roll off one of their games, I promise you. Nearly the 7-8, a somewhat unusual leave for a right-hander, but he breaks it down and leaves just the 8, and that'll make this a whole lot easier. Charlie doesn't even change balls for this. He'll just throw his strike ball and converts the 8-pin. All right, well, if Kara's going to get back in the match, she's going to have to get moving right now. She needs a strike. And did I say something about we take them however we can get them? She crosses over, catches a double. And now if she can take advantage of that break and get one more here, she can cut the lead to 2. But that one sails wide, and she is faced with the washout, the 1, 2, 4, 10. Certainly a makeable spare. Not considered a split. Anytime you have the head pin up, it's not considered a split. Got to get the ball over left of the head pin. She almost gets there, but not quite. So another open for Kara. And getting late in the game, that's not when you want to be handing Charlie pins on a silver platter. And he gets another Brooklyn. Can anyone stay in the pocket? Well, I know he's frustrated too. Those are not the shots he's hoping to throw. But they are strikes. That's more like what he has in mind. As I always say to them, just do that. Seemed pretty easy. Oh, and that ball breaks sharply through the nose. And now Kara faced with the 4, 6, 7. Not much you can do with this. Just go for the count. But it's getting late, and she cannot afford open frames here. Just take the 2. Take your medicine and go on. That's 3 opens in 8 frames, and she falls in arrears by 49 now, and it is not looking good. Still a possible 199 if she takes it off the sheet. You never know. Got to fill the frames. Crosses over, leaves the 5. That'll reduce her possible to 189. And getting harder and harder to see her through to the winner's circle following this game, the way things are going right now. She covers the 5. See what Charlie does. Cuts through the nose, leaves the 3-6-10. He can just about put an end to this if he converts the spare. And that will do it. Charlie is your winner, and he will move on to the second match and face Bryant, who came and bowled with us for the first time today. Came to get his prodigy on. Good ball, just didn't quite get the 5 over into the 7. We call that a swishing 7 right there. And with the match decided, Kara's going to go ahead and bowl alongside Charlie and get these two through this game. We bowled 3 games of qualifying with 9 kids bowling the first 2 games, and we had a 10th join us for the 3rd game, and they all bowled on the same pair of lanes. Usually when we start with 10, we're usually eliminating 2 or 3 after each game, but they all bowled the 3 games, and it took a long time. So we are much later in the afternoon taping our stepladder finals than we usually are. And I think it's starting to show up in the energy level of everyone. There's a good strike for Charlie to finish with a 2-24 solid game. And Kara finishing out. That'll be a 177 for Kara. So it's Charlie who will face young Bryant in our next match. Stay with us.
Now, bring the spirit of Prodigy Bowlers Tour to your bowling center with Prodigy Bowlers Tour t-shirts and sportswear, including collared shirts with the Prodigy logo printed on the back to show that you support junior bowling. Check out the entire assortment of Prodigy t-shirts in the Brunswick store. Visit PRODIGYBowlersTour.com to see the selection. See the ash gray Celebrating Junior Bowling, Elevating Junior Bowlers t-shirt, or the Who Will Win the Coveted Trophy Pin t-shirt. Or maybe you'd want the one that says, I've come to get my bowl on, right on the front of the shirt, or simply, Bowl Me. There's a t-shirt that says, Bowling. You probably don't get it because it's mainly for smart people. And if you're a proud parent with a junior bowler, we've got a t-shirt just for you. And how about this t-shirt? You're bowling an 8th grader. Prepare to meet defeat. Available in grades 1 through 9, most in both adult and kid sizes. And finally, the shirt that reads, Bowl better, have more fun, take lessons. Then maybe you can keep up with me. The Brunswick store is powered by the people at Cafe Press, and all of these shirts are available right now. Just go to PRODIGYBowlersTour.com and click on the link to be taken right to the store. PayPal and credit cards accepted. That's PRODIGYBowlersTour.com. Get your bowl on and bring the spirit of Prodigy Bowlers Tour to your house. Order now. Go to PRODIGYBowlersTour.com. That's PRODIGYBowlersTour.com.
Well, match 1 is in the books, and Charlie notched a 224-177 victory over Kara. Now Charlie advances to face our number 2 ranked bowler, Bryant. Bryant is a bit younger at 11 and is in the U12 age group. So he'll have his hands full with Charlie, although Bryant was real steady through 3 games of qualifying to get here. Bryant, being the higher finisher between the two, has exercised his choice of starting lanes, and he has indicated he wants Charlie to start the match. And so Charlie will start the match, and he is up right now in the left lane. Well, you can almost tell when the ball is left off his hand. You got to get more push. That ball needs to be down at about the 5th or 6th board at the break point, and it was well inside of that. That's the problem you run into when you play a little deeper inside on the lane on short oil, is that when you do pull it, the ball is going to head left. There's no other way. But Charlie covers the 3-6, so he has a mark to begin. And now we get our first look at young Bryant from Brunswick Zone Lilburn. Oh, he gets one going away on the Brooklyn side. And he'll take it. A strike to start. This kid does not seem the least bit afraid of bowling with the older kids. He just carries himself like, I got this. And I'd say he does if he can throw it like that. So, that didn't take long for Bryant to move out ahead. A double to start. That should have gotten Charlie's attention. And that one runs away on the Brooklyn side. He's not as fortunate as Bryant was when he got his strike in a similar position, but now Charlie with a difficult 3-9 spare. Got the sleeper back behind, so you got to be careful with this. Best way to shoot it is with a ball that hooks. Hit it on the right side. Oh, he got it a little too far right, and it didn't come back. And so Charlie is open in the second. I guarantee you Charlie is not taking Bryant lightly, but you wonder sometimes, these kids come in, nobody knows them over here. Pretty solid ball right there, just a little high, 4-pin. But most of these kids actually know each other, even if they haven't seen one another bowling here at Brunswick Zone Roswell. They see each other in the Georgia Youth Bowlers Tour tournaments, the junior gold qualifiers that are held every month. They're used to seeing their names on leaderboards and whatnot. Charlie's still looking for his first strike this match. And Bryant with a chance to move way out ahead. These lefties, you got to watch these lefties. Yeah, didn't get that one out far enough left. And now he's faced with that double wood as well. The left-hander's version of what Charlie left earlier. This, the 2-8. And that's how you cover it. Solid spare there for Bryant. And a 21 pin lead over Charlie after just 3 frames. Bryant comes out of a youth program at Brunswick Zone Lilburn that is easily the largest and most successful in the Atlanta area. They really crank out the bowlers there. And most of them can throw shots like that, too. He liked that one. I like that one. Through the nose for Charlie, still looking for his first strike. Leaves the 3-6-10. A difficult, choppable spare. And it looks like there is a ball in the pit. So we're going to have to wait while someone goes and fetches the ball for Charlie. Well, this gives us an opportunity to tell you that next week, April 8th, we will not be bowling league at Brunswick Zone Roswell. Most of our kids are going to be down in Columbus, Georgia, bowling the State Pepsi Tournament. And we like our chances, some of our kids down there this year, at least to make the finals. I think a couple of them fully expect to make the finals. But what that means is there will be no Prodigy show filmed next Saturday on April 8th. Then, to make matters that much worse, the following Saturday, April 15th, our entire bowling center is booked with a tournament. The Dixie tournament is coming to Roswell, and they will take over the entire house for 3 or 4 days. And so we won't be bowling league on the 15th either. So there's 2 weeks coming up that we're not bowling league, the 8th and the 15th. Now, there is a chance, because I am persistent, if I'm nothing else, I may try to find an alternate location for us to film an episode of Prodigy on the 15th, but I can't promise that. So we'll just see how that goes. But in any event, if you're subscribed to our channel, you'll get notified when a new episode is posted. So subscribe if you haven't. Do it now while we're waiting for Charlie to shoot at this spare. Hit the little subscribe button. And hopefully we'll be back on the 22nd. Now, I have to warn you that starting the 22nd, our bowling center is also hosting the Georgia USBC Men's Championship. Now, we know that their need for lanes does not extend beyond that which would allow us to bowl Junior League in the morning squad. However, they also have an afternoon squad, and we're not sure how many lanes they're going to need. We hope we can tape Prodigy the 22nd on, but don't know for sure. Well, I hope that was worth waiting for. Charlie gets his spare. And at least for the time being, is 24 pins behind Bryant. All right. Up on the left lane. Oh my goodness. Just gets it a little too wide and leaves the super washout. A leave we never used to see years ago, but now it's pretty common. The 1-2-4, 6-10. It's just the washout, the 1-2-4-10, but with the 6-pin, it's a lot more difficult. And just overhooked. And now Charlie is in big trouble. 42 pins behind Bryant. And Bryant with a chance to extend it to 52. And he does. What a shot. Well, clearly this kid is not afraid of bowling with the bigger kids. Well, see what happens. Charlie's got a big hole to dig out of now. And Bryant pulls that one well right of his target. Gets 7, leaves the 1-2-5. Shoot this just like a strike. But you got to trust it left. You just got to get it out there, especially on short oil. You can't be cutting them short. Oh, and it hooks by, and he's open in the 6th with 8 out. And now that 52-pin lead has been shaved somewhat. See if Charlie can get back in this match. Well, not like that. He needs strikes. This is what a low-scoring condition can do. It can get you real frustrated because it's just real hard to catch up when you're behind. Charlie covers the 9. But he really needs to string some strikes here. He can't expect Bryant to back up to him. He hasn't shown much willingness to do that thus far. And again he cuts it short. Through the nose. Leaves just the 3. It could have been the 3-10, which would have made this considerably more difficult. You wonder what's going through Charlie's mind. I know he's thinking of all the different possibilities, angles, changing balls, running them all through his head, eliminating the ones he's tried so far and didn't like the results. All right, Bryant up in the 7th, leading by 36. And he gets another Brooklyn. It's going to be even harder for Charlie to catch him if Bryant starts striking again. Well, he can really put the hammer down with one here. Oh, man, he threw that one good. Ringing 7. Wow. Boy, you talk about somebody digging deep for their best shot. Bryant came up with it right there, but he wasn't rewarded. Now he's got the 7-pin. And misses it. So another open for Bryant, and now the lead is down to 24. But Charlie is running out of frames fast. And still looking for his first strike this match. Well, there he finally got one. Got the tossed salad strike that time. Got just enough of the head pin for it to do all the damage. But what Charlie really needs is a double right here. Taking a little extra time on this one. He's going to measure this one. This to cut the lead to 14. And he gets it. Wow. And now, game on. Bryant up in the 9th. Oh, and that one got away from him, and he has left a difficult spare. The 1, 3, 6, 10. The fence. It's makeable, but there are a lot of ways to miss it, too. You got to get that ball between the 1 and the 3. The ball will probably just hook right on through and take out the 6 and 10. Oh, but you got to hit the 1 pin anyway. And he loses all that count. And now the 52 pin lead that Bryant had after 5 frames is gone. This match is all even going into the 10th frame. And he's got to be a little rattled. But he doesn't show it. Okay. Well, now if they were both to strike out, Charlie would win by 10. But this ball right here is huge for Bryant. If he can get a strike here, he puts all the pressure on Charlie. 7 pin. Wow. All right. Well, he's got to make this. Oh, he misses another one, and now, well, we have a chance for a tie. If Charlie gets 9 spare strike, we have a tie. If Charlie gets less than 9 on this ball, Bryant is the winner. If Charlie can get a strike on this ball, he wins. Oh, and that's his Sunday ball right there. And now he just needs to stay behind the foul line and get count to put this one away. And he would have to consider this like stealing one. He seemed like he was hopelessly out of this match. There's a winner. There's a winner right there. And Charlie will be moving on to the title match. Wow. What a game this was. Bryant had him dead to rights. But an open in the 6th when he left the 1-2-5. Then he missed a 7-pin in the 8th and left the 1-3-6-10 and missed them all in the 9th. And that's where the match was lost right there. Well, Charlie is moving on. He'll face Christian.
Mike Pinelli's Bolero Lanes in the Midtown Shopping Center in Pueblo welcomes everyone to come in and enjoy all the facilities Bolero offers. If you haven't found out what a fun and relaxing place Bolero is, you've got a great experience coming. There's open bowling many times throughout the week, and there's league bowling for every class of bowler, from beginner to expert. So get your family or group of friends together and come into Bolero, or come in and make new friends. That's Pinelli's Bolero Lanes, Midtown Shopping Center, Pueblo.
A thrilling come-from-behind victory for Charlie in match 2, as he was down in that match by as much as 52 pins at the halfway point. But as is so often the case with kids, it was spares that did in the chances of Bryant this time. Still, he's one to keep our eyes on. That kid can really throw some strikes. But it's Charlie who's moving on to the championship match and a rematch with Christian, who took top honors 1 week earlier and snapped Charlie's winning streak on Prodigy. Let's take a look at how all the kids finished this week. A latecomer was Jasmine, who rode with her dad all the way from Augusta. Jasmine is one of the top U12 girls in the state, and while she didn't arrive in time to bowl all 3 qualifying games, we gave her a taste of what Prodigy is all about, and she put up a respectable number in the 3rd game. Hunter improved his standing with a strong 3rd game, but it wasn't quite enough to avoid 9th place. Nolan finished 8th. In 7th was Logan M. from Stars and Strikes in Cumming. Finishing 6th was Josh, who you met on our show last week and who I'm sure will break through to make the show soon. And just missing out on the stepladder finals was Logan F., who finished 5th, just 8 pins behind Charlie and Kara, who finished in a tie for 3rd. But now it's down to 2 familiar faces. Charlie going for his 8th win on Prodigy this year, which would put him in the lead for the race to win the pin. And Christian, who is vying for his 3rd victory on Prodigy. If he gets it, all 3 wins will have come at the expense of Charlie. So here we go. Christian, being the higher seed, had the option of starting lanes, and he has elected to start the match. And his opening ball is wide of the mark, and he leaves the 1-2. Well, if you're going to miss the head pin, I guess that's probably about as easy a spare as you can hope to leave. That would have been a good ball for his first ball, but it's a spare. And so Charlie will begin his match here on the right lane. Taking a little extra time. You can tell that Charlie respects this oil pattern. It's given him fits all day. Good ball there. Solid 10. Not much you can do about that, but just go back to the well again. Some people say if you keep hanging ringing 10s, move back or move up. Some say nudge your feet a little to the right. Some say nudge your feet a little to the left. speed it up, slow it down. I don't think, it's like the common cold. There's really no cure for it. The best remedy is just not to leave it. Easier said than done. Well, these two are even after one. I don't think I have seen Charlie this deliberate before. He's usually pretty quick. And that's wide again. And he leaves the 210. Got to get the ball over left of the 2-pin. Slide the 2 over into the 10. Charlie goes straight at it with his urethane ball. Too much 2-pin. And that's an open for Charlie in the second. So Christian takes an early lead. See if he can do to Charlie what he did last week when he put a little string of strikes together right in the middle of the match that gave him the margin of victory. Boy, that was a pretty good ball there. Just didn't quite get the 7 to go. Now, last week, he was using his strike ball at the 7-pin. They were bowling on long oil, but today on short oil, I think he's making the smart play to grab the plastic. And there is a spare for Christian. Oh man, what a good ball. He just seems very unhurried. This is not the Christian that we had seen in shows past. Last week he slowed everything down to bowl on the long oil, and he is maintaining a similar tempo today. Keeping his swing down a little bit, keeping his pace and letting gravity start the downswing. Charlie is great at that. And you see the results he gets as a result of being able to wait for the ball. That's what it's all about. You get that ball into position at the top of the swing, there should be an instant where it feels almost weightless in your hand. And then as you walk past the ball just drops into place. You don't have to pull it down from the top. Gravity does all the work. And Charlie has that just about mastered. Christian is starting to figure it out. Got to be wider than that, but he gets away with it, crosses over, trips the 6. And that shaves Christian's lead down to just 2. So this is where we're going to find out if this new swing of his is going to hold up. Pretty good ball. Oh, a really good ball. Well, I think that deserves another look. Got it out to about the 5th board at the break point. And here comes the messenger. And that message reads, double. I got your double right here. All right, if he can catch another one, he'll extend his lead to 22. Oh, you can't throw it any better than that. So, Christian with a turkey right in the middle of the match. Reminiscent of what he did to Charlie last week. Let's see if Charlie can answer the bell here. Didn't get it wide enough. You know, the great Billy Whaley used to say, trust is a must or your game is a bust. You got to trust that ball out to the right, or if you're a left-hander, out to the left, that it will come back. Charlie's just trying to steer it a little too much. You got to trust that ball out to the right. Right now, you got to trust your spare game to cover the 6-pin. Got it. Well, Charlie came up to me after that second match, the one that he was so far behind against Bryant and came back to win it at the end. He came up to me and said that was one of the most intense matches he's ever been in. So don't tell me that these prodigy matches in an open play environment don't mean anything to these kids. Both of them taking extra time. Boy, this is what I call grinding it out, really. Gets another one. These kids are really trying to dig deep. See if Christian can keep this string going. This to extend to 33. Oh, and he gets the light shaker to go. Well. Two well-bowled games. Charlie with just the one errant shot that got a little too wide in the second when he left the 210. The rest of the balls have been pretty much right there. Christian up in the 7th. Oh, and another good one, but he gets the ringing 10. That stops his string of strikes. Going cross lane at it, using his plastic ball. Oh my goodness, he fell off balance. And he missed that by half a lane. Well, it doesn't score any less than if he had missed it by a half an inch. It's an open frame either way, and now the lead is down to 20. And if Charlie can throw 2 strikes while he's up, he can even the match. Oh, but that one gets a little too wide. He trusted that one just a little too much. And now he's got another tricky spare, the 2-7. Now this is easier for a right-hander than the baby split on the right side, the 310, because you're hooking toward the 7-pin. The proper way to shoot this is to have the ball take both pins. Just like that. So that's a conversion for Charlie, but he doesn't gain any ground on Christian. He really wanted a strike there in the 7th to cut the lead. Getting down to the end now. Really taking his time. Yeah, didn't get it wide enough. It's okay. You don't know what Christian's gonna do. Just cover the spare. Christian might come back to you. You never know. If he leaves another 10 pin, anything can happen. All right, are we waiting for a bowling ball again, apparently? All right, well, I will remind you once again that next Saturday, April 8th, our kids are bowling in the Pepsi Tournament in Columbus, so there will be no junior leagues at Brunswick Zone Roswell, so there will be no Prodigy episode next week. And on the 15th, we're iffy. We're off that day too, but we may try to find someplace else to record the show. Charlie for the 6 pin. Gotta have it. Oh. Not sure what happened there. Maybe the ball slipped. Maybe his foot slipped. Not sure. Something, he might have caught something out of the corner of his eye. Just not sure. Can't afford any more mistakes, though. Smart that he reset. Spare. So it's in Christian's hands now. That one got away from him. And he's got a difficult spare here, the 1-2-8. There is a sleeper back there. You want to get the ball just pretty high or just a little left of the 1 pin. Oh, not over there. Oh, the 1 pin goes around the 2. Takes out the 8. He leaves the 2 standing. And there is an open frame. And now the lead is down to 10. Oh, he pulled that one. He really pulled that one. And now he gets to try the same spare, but on the other side. The 1-3-9. This one is more difficult for a right-hander. You can put the ball between the 1 and the 3 and think you've made it, only to have the ball hook past the 9. You got to be careful with this. You got to hit this, what you might consider a little light in the pocket. Get more 3 pin than you do 1 pin. Like that. Well, we have the possibility of a tie. If both players strike out from here, they will finish in a deadlock. And there are a lot of other permutations that could lead to a tie as well. Charlie sizing this one up. Best shot he's thrown in a little while. He needed one right there, so here it is. Charlie trailing by 10. If he can throw this first strike in the 10th, he would even the match. He can't shut out Christian. Both players have a possible 215. Oh, he threw it good. But he gets the stone ringing 10. And now he's got to have this. If he spares and strikes, he finishes with 195. That would force Christian to mark. Okay. Count could be important here, so don't be throwing any pins away on the fill ball. This has been quite a chess match all day. All three matches, really. He's taking his time. Wow. I've never seen Charlie this deliberate. He doesn't like something. I think if it were me, I'd take the re-rack. If for no other reason than just to chill out for a second. All right. Here it is. He needs all 10 to force Christian to mark. A 7 count. And so, all right, let's see here. If Christian were to get 9 on his first ball, that would give him 184. And if he opened, that'd be 193. So 9 on his first ball is a winner. 9 or a strike. If he gets anything less than 9, he'll need to do something more. Either make the spare or get more count. 9 or a strike will end it. How about that one right there? That's the way you step up.
Randy, I'll see you, buddy. All right. In a couple of weeks.
And that is the way you go out and win. This one's academic. There's an 8 count. He doesn't even need that. This match is in the Christian column. And that'll be win number 3 for Christian. All of them coming at Charlie's expense. A 205 to 192 victory. And when we come back, we will visit with Christian as he signs the Coveted Trophy Pin.
Hi, I'm Earl Anthony. Just because I use an Ebonite bowling ball doesn't mean that Ebonite makes bowling balls only for the pros. Ebonite makes a ball for everyone in the family. All weights, all prices, and all colors. These same balls have helped me win more money and more tournaments than any other bowler. Bowling's my job. But for you, it can be a lot of fun when you bowl with Ebonite.
Final score, Christian 205, Charlie 192, as Christian goes back-to-back for the first time this season. Before we join our winner as he signs the Coveted Trophy Pin for a third time, a big shout out and thank you to all the kids who visited us from another bowling center, and in a couple of cases, from way outside of town. That was a big drive you made just to have a chance to make the show, and we acknowledge your presence. Joshua and his dad, Jasmine and her dad, Bryant and his dad, and Big Logan M. You're not our kids here at Brunswick Zone Roswell, but we consider you all part of the Prodigy family, and we hope to see you again soon. A reminder that Prodigy Bowlers Tour will be taking a week off, as so many of our kids will be in Columbus, Georgia on the 8th for the Georgia State Pepsi Tournament. And we wish everyone who's going good luck and high scores. Also, our kids are not bowling league on the following Saturday, April 15th, as the entire bowling center is booked for a tournament. So there's a chance that we may not be filming another show until April 22nd. However, between now and the 15th, the producer will be looking for an alternate location to record a show, so keep checking back in with us on YouTube. So now, let's visit with our back-to-back winner.
The pin, sir.
Thank you.
This makes 3.
Four more.
Back to back.
My first. Where should I sign? I don't want to sign.
Running out of space.
Should I sign at the top?
You can sign it anywhere you want.
That game was so close.
Huh?
That game was so close.